Welcome back, everybody. This is Kara Crosswhite Brindle, and I am here with another amazing entrepreneurial therapist as we talk about the pivoting practice. I have Dawn with us today to talk about retreats, which some of you might be very interested in her process and how to do this well. Dawn, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk about it.
Absolutely. So give us a snapshot of what you're up to, because I know everyone I've brought on here is doing lots of cool things. So share a little bit about what you're up to now.
Yeah, so I own a group practice. It's been 7 years this month, actually. And now I'm also doing consulting and running retreats, specifically soul care retreats for therapists. And that is through my podcast, Faith Fringes. So it's kind of centering around spirituality and kind of getting deeper into the soul. But yeah, I'm really excited about the retreat part of it.
Awesome. Well, that's why I brought you on, because I was like, you're doing some cool stuff. So we're going to dive in a little bit deeper. What
Yeah.
motivated you to do retreats? I know this is a big effort for a lot of people.
Yeah. Honestly, over my years of being a therapist, I've always worked with therapists as well. I've done a lot of community networking. And so I've just gotten behind the scenes with therapists specifically. And I started to notice that, like, for example, someone I was sharing a space with, like, I hadn't seen her for a few weeks. We met and I thought we were close. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, I got divorced and went through major surgery. And I'm like, how did I not know that?
Mm.
Or just I started noticing that therapists, like, we are really good at faking things and looking like we have it all together, or perfectionists, right? Like you specialize in. And there's really so much going on that we're not sharing. And so I started realizing we need space to be able to share with others what's really going on, and we only trust other therapists sometimes. And so anyways, that's what started. And then I did a retreat at my house for my team, and the impact it had was so refreshing and amazing. I thought I just was like, I have to do this more.
Oh, that's awesome. So that definitely segues right into the next question about what's rewarding about it. So I'm hearing building community, connection, it created some positive shifts for the team. Anything
Yeah.
else you'd highlight about what retreats are like and what makes them rewarding?
Yeah, I think it's very sacred. The space is so amazing, and maybe because when I launched my first retreat, it was after the pandemic,
Mm.
and so there wasn't a lot of we weren't in groups. We were all on video a lot, and so it was just there's something different about being together with people.
Right.
And the retreat, you're not. It's not a retreat to work. It's literally to slow down and to there's stuff that happens when you slow down. You actually get more creative, you get more productive, but you have to have a ton of time, intentional time, to slow down and let go. So the
Right.
letting go piece is huge, and it's super beneficial. And actually everyone that has come on my retreats has said afterwards, I felt so much at peace, and they go back to work and they get so much done.
That's awesome. I mean, that's
Yeah,
right there, marketing for your retreats. Let
I
everyone do this.
know.
Creativity abound.
Hmm.
That's amazing.
For sure.
Well, I imagine as much as it's rewarding, there's probably some challenges to putting a retreat together, whether it's in your home or in a beautiful place. Because I know a lot of people are looking at like destination retreats and things like that. Is that what you would consider a challenge, or is there something else that would make it challenging?
Yeah, I think that a couple challenges. One, on like logistical level, like you have to find the place. I think it's so important, the aesthetics of the place, like where it's at, what are the amenities, do they cook food? Like, so a lot of like logistical and admin type of stuff that you need to research. Do I feel comfortable here? Is the staff great?
Mm.
What can they offer? Are there hiking trails? Is there a beach? Is what's the food like? Because if the food sucks, it's like all these little things that are a little bit extra for retreats.
Yeah.
You have to research. And then the second thing I would say is more the personal thing. It's not like you can just be like, hey, we're going to a hotel, we're going to do this retreat. It takes a lot of internal planning and work and preparing yourself to be in that space as the retreat host, I think.
Oh, the pressure to like give them what they want and
Yeah.
make it worthwhile.
Yeah, and especially if you're offering like sacred space, like it's
Mm.
not like I'm gonna have a PowerPoint and I can just present. Like, you have to be in that space yourself. And
Right.
for me, it takes a while to get there too. So you have to do your own work.
Yeah. I'm hearing like create a safe space that people can actually
Hmm.
open up and do this work together, which
Yeah,
is powerful, really. Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I imagine some of our viewers, if they catch this video in time, will want to hear about your next retreat and where they can find more information on it, but also just maybe want to connect with you further and talk further about the process of creating a retreat. Where would they
Yeah.
find you?
Yeah, they can find me at Faith Fringes. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. My website is faithfringes.com. They
Nice.
can shoot me an email, dawn@faithfringes.com, any of those places.
Perfect. Yeah, I imagine people will start looking that up and wanting to hear
Yeah.
when your next one is scheduled because I think it's coming up
Yeah.
in the fall, right?
Yeah, actually, because I just came back from a conference, I have more interest. I'm gonna probably push and get one in the summer too.
Exciting. Well,
So
perfect.
summer
Well,
and fall.
people who watch this will be able to jump right in there,
Yeah.
hopefully, and check it
Yes,
out.
for sure.
Awesome. Well, any last thoughts for our viewers when it comes to retreats and building retreats?
I would say don't be afraid of jumping in to do it, but also make sure you have a plan and maybe get a consultant to help you with that plan. Like, but you can do it. Everybody is loving retreats right now. Go
Yeah,
for it.
very popular. Would you consult with people on this if they
Oh,
wanted to pick
sure.
your brain?
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah. I love consulting.
Awesome. Well, I'll be sure to include all of your information below the video so people can reach out and
Thank
talk to you
you.
further because I know that you've already run some successful retreats. And I think that's where I wanted you to come on and talk to people about
Yeah.
the pros, the cons, the good, the bad,
Yeah.
the ugly.
Yeah. All the above.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dawn, for being here. And I just
Yes.
really appreciate you being able to talk about your process.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I love spending time with you.
Oh, thank you. Well, viewers, stay tuned for more amazing entrepreneurial therapists, and we'll see you in our next episode. See you then.